Dennise,
Lali, and Sofia's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Alright class, today we're going to be learning about area and volume. Ladies,
How do we get her to like us? In this episode, Sofia's going to be talking about
5 tips for building a good relationship with a teacher. Tip number 1, do your homework. Doing your homework shows good work ethic, and it shows that you're responsible and that you can manage your time wisely. Teachers also like people who have pretty much the same values as them. Tip number 2, have a good attitude. It's the first thing people like about you. Always be happy. It's the best tip for starting any good relationship. If you're positive instead of negative, more people will want to be around you. Tip number 3, show an interest in learning / the importance of education. Like I said in tip number 1, teachers like it when you have the same morals or values as them. They like to see you try or put just some effort in it. Knowing the importance of education will make you work harder. One thing that helped me realize the importance of education was when my mom told me this story. So, when my mom was younger, her mom, my grandma, took her to this farm thing. I don't know, a ranch. I don't know what it was, but she left them there for about 30 minutes or so, and my mom said that she hated it so much because it was so hot and they didn't have any water and they had to keep just sitting out there, and my mom wasn't even working, but she knew that she didn't want to end up like that. So seeing what your life could become can help you understand the importance of education, and seeing what your life could be like can also help you. For example, a lot of times with my family I go on cruises and things like that, and I really want to keep doing those when I get older, which in order to do that I need to study and get into a good college and make lots of money. Hey. Tip number 4, show them how much you appreciate them. My dad always told me that he always regretted not telling his teachers when he was younger about how much he appreciated them and how much they changed his life. Personally, I have a lot of trouble with showing my feelings and telling other people about how I feel. It's something that I have a problem with. For many reasons, but I always find it easier to write down my feelings than actually saying them out loud. So one thing that I like to do to teachers is to write them letters. It's not that hard. You just get a piece of paper and write down how the teacher might have changed your life or taught you several things, or if they haven't, then maybe you just like their teaching methods or something about them that you appreciate them, because complimenting people honestly feels so good for yourself and for the other person. Tip number 5, talk to them out of class on a personal level. To do this, the easiest way I have found is to stay after school and ask them about questions about homework or something like that. By doing this, you could carry the conversation into something else, and you never know where it may lead you. Or if you don't need help on homework, you can ask the teacher if they need help on grading papers or something like that. They love it when other people help them because they don't have to do all the work by themselves, and while you're there helping them, you can ask them questions about their personal life or about similar topics based on what you're helping them with. It's a lot easier than you think it would be. There are a lot of benefits for having a good relationship with a teacher. Number 1, teachers are really, really cool, and you just can't see that sometimes when they're teaching. They're older, they have more knowledge, you can ask them about life advice or advice on things that are happening in school or even on your personal life. Once you have kind of developed a nice relationship with them, I go to my teachers to ask them about help with friendships, relationships, maybe, or different things like that, and they could also help you with your homework. They know a lot more things than you think they would, and they're also really good advice givers.
Sophia is an A+ student who has excelled in communicating with teachers for the majority of her middle school career. This message has been approved by Dennise, Lali, and Sofia. For references, please refer to Mr. Tinklenberg in room 75 and Ms. Hernandez in room 74. Note, tips and notes have been accumulated through research and personal experiences.
That's a wrap, folks. Be sure to check back and watch our other videos about how to study and how to make a good notebook to help you survive life at Renaissance. Come on, girls!
Yeah!
Toodles! Doing your homework shows good work ethic, and it can also show them that you're responsible and you always makes people like you. If you're happy instead of sad, people will want to be or open to people like you. Tip number 2. Teachers like it when you have the same morals as them. They like it to see